Hello. This is a speech given to the nations of the world by W.E. Du Bois in 1900, and it reads: In the metropolis of the modern world, in this the closing year of the 19th century, there has been assembled a congress of men and women of African blood to deliberate solemnly upon the present situation and outlook of the darker races of mankind. The problem of the 20th century is the problem of the color line. The question as to how far differences of race, which show themselves chiefly in the color of the skin and the texture of the hair, will hereafter be made the basis of the denying to over half the world the right of sharing to their utmost ability the opportunities and privileges of modern civilization. To be sure, the darker races are today the least advanced in culture according to European standards. This has not, however, always been the case in the past, and certainly the world's history, both ancient and modern, has given many instances of no despicable ability and capacity among the darkest brother of men. In any case, the modern world must remember that in this age, when the ends of the world are being brought to near together, the millions of black men in Africa, America, and the islands of the sea, not to speak of the brown and yellow myriads elsewhere, are bound to have a great influence upon the world in the future, by reason of sheer numbers and physical contact. If now the world of culture bends itself towards giving Negroes and other blacks men the largest and broadest opportunity for education and self-development, then this contact and influence is bound to have a beneficial effect upon the world and hasten human progress. But if by reason of carelessness, prejudice, greed, and injustice, the black world is to be exploited and ravished and degraded, the results must be deplorable, if not fatal, not simply to them, but to the high ideals of justice, freedom, and culture which 1,000 years of Christian civilization have held before Europe. And now, therefore, to these ideals of civilization, to the broader humanity of the followers of the Prince of Peace, we the men and women of Africa in World Congress assembled, do now solemnly appeal, let the world take no backward step in that slow but sure progress which has successively refused to let the spirit of class, of caste, of privilege, or of birth debar from life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness a striving human soul. Let not color or race be a feature of distinction between white and black men regardless of worth or ability. Let not the natives of Africa be sacrificed to the greed of gold and liberties taken away, their family life debunked, their just aspirations repressed, and avenues of advancement and culture taken from them. Let not the cloak of Christian missionary enterprise be allowed in the future, as so often in the past, to hide the ruthless economic exploitation and political downfall of less developed nations whose chief fault has been reliance on the flight faith of the Christian church. Let the British nation, the first modern champion of Negro freedom, hasten to crown the work of Wilberforce, the Clarkson, and Buxton, and Sharp, Bishop Collinson, and Livingstone, and give as soon as practicable the rights of reasonable government to the black colonies of Africa and the West Indies. Let not the spirit of Garrison, Phillips, and Douglas wholly die out in America, May the conscience of a great nation rise and rebuke all dishonesty and unrighteousness, oppression toward the American Negro, and grant him the right of franchise, security of person and property, and generous recognition of the great work he has accomplished in a generation toward rising 9 million of human beings from slavery to manhood. Let the German Empire and the French Republic, true to their great past, remember that the true worth of colonies lies in the prosperity and progress, and that justice, impartially alike to black and white, is the first element of prosperity. Let the Congo Free State become a great central Negro state of the world, and let its prosperity be counted not simply in cash and in commerce, but in the happiness and true advancement of its black people. Let the nations of the world respect the integrity and independence of the free Negro states of Abyssinia, Liberia, Haiti, and the rest, and let the inhabitants of these states, the independent tribes of Africa, the Negroes of the West Indies and America, and the black subjects of all nations take courage, strive ceaselessly, and fight bravely, that they may prove to the world their incontestable right to be counted among the great brotherhood of mankind. Thus we appeal with boldness and confidence to the great powers of the civilized world, trusting in the wide spirit of humanity and the deep sense of justice of our age for a generous recognition of the righteousness of our cause.